The Indian Ocean isn't just a body of water. It holds tremendous geopolitical, geoeconomic, and geostrategic importance. This region's importance comes from the shipping lanes and trade routes that accounts for over one-third of the world's bulk cargo traffic and two-thirds of the world's oil shipments. It also ensures global access to food, precious metals, and energy resources. As the world heavily relies on the trade routes in the Indian Ocean, two countries are playing a defining game of geopolitical chess, and the result of this game may decide the fate of this world. The countries are China and India. China being the second largest economy and India the fastest growing one, both are placing their pawns to have an upper hand over the other. Let's find out why these two countries are locking their horns over the blue waters. We will also find out if any of these countries are having sinister intentions. But before we start, don't forget to subscribe our channel, which is free for you, but it's very important for us. For China, securing maritime routes in the Indian Ocean is driven primarily by two major factors. First is its dependence on Middle Eastern oil. For development of any country, securing energy sources are of paramount importance. As China imports 80% of energy from Middle Eastern countries, safeguarding trade routes through Indian Ocean is of pivotal importance for Chinese. The other and most important reason for China, which can turn out to be a malicious intent for the world, is very interesting. As the new world order can be seen to be building up, China wants to be in the driving seat. To be in the driving seat, Beijing seems to have come up with a foolproof plan. Part of the plan is port development diplomacy. For the past 3 decades, Chinese investment and construction activity in the region has increased. There are 17 ports in the Indian Ocean region which have some degree of Chinese involvement. The involvement ranges from massive projects like the deep water ports and terminals at Gwadar, and securing a 99-year lease contract for the Hambantota port in Sri Lanka. China has also a military base in Djibouti. The project cost varies from $78 million for Djibouti to $1.6 billion for Gwadar in Pakistan. This is to challenge other major powers such as India and establish its hegemony. China has not only limited itself by making investments in the region, it has unleashed its political diplomacy to influence the small island countries present in the Indian Ocean region. According to a report published by Observer Research Foundation, Beijing has nurtured personal relationships with political elites and parties of these small countries, usually through party funding. Friendship with different political parties like Rajapaksa clan in Sri Lanka and close relations with Maldives' Mohamed Muizzu, China is on track to change the status quo. It also has military presence in the area to match its economic engagements. In addition to maintaining a military facility in Djibouti, the People's Liberation Army routinely participates in joint military exercises with its partners. For example, in early 2023, China held exercises with Russia and South Africa spanning South Africa's coast, from Durban to Richards Bay. On the other hand, this region is also important for India. With over 7,500 kilometers of coastline, 14,500 kilometers of navigable waterways, and 212 active ports, India relies heavily on the Indian Ocean for its commercial and non-commercial shipping, energy imports, trade, tourism, and fishing. Moreover, the Indian Navy identifies the entire Indian Ocean, from the eastern coast of Africa to the Andaman Sea, as its area of priority, underpinning its role as a first responder as well as a net provider of security for its friends and partners in the region. To counterbalance China's supremacy in the region, India has been investing in enhancing its naval capabilities. This includes the development of naval bases, ports, and facilities in strategic locations such as the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, Lakshadweep Islands, and other coastal regions. Along with this, India has been actively involved in initiatives aimed at enhancing maritime security in the region. It conducts joint naval exercises, patrols, and maritime surveillance operations to counter piracy, terrorism, and other security threats in the region. On recognizing the strategic importance of ports in enhancing connectivity, facilitating trade, and projecting maritime influence in the region, several initiatives underline India's efforts in this regard. One of the best example is development of the Chabahar port in Iran. This port holds immense strategic significance as it provides India with direct access to Afghanistan and Central Asia, bypassing Pakistan. Chabahar port also serves as a counterbalance to China's growing presence in the region, particularly its investments in Pakistan's Gwadar port. Although USA is not happy on this deal and has even threatened India to put on sanctions. Considering all the aspects, it can be said that the geopolitics on the Indian Ocean region is a complex interplay of strategic interests, economic aspirations, and maritime security concerns, driving nations like India to invest in port development, naval capabilities, and diplomatic engagements to shape the region's future and safeguard their interests on this critical global stage. We'd love to hear your thoughts on this topic. Drop a comment below and don't forget to subscribe for more updates on global affairs. Thanks for watching and we'll see you in the next video.